Hello, everyone. On today's IRS tax refund update, the IRS has just announced the official start date of the 2023 tax season, so we'll take a look at that. Meanwhile, there's still over 1 million taxpayers who are still waiting on their 2022 tax refunds, so we'll recap the latest with those. And one of the biggest problems that caused delays this past year. Meanwhile, an important development for those of you in California when it comes to your federal taxes for this year, and an update for those of you still waiting on your unemployment tax refunds from tax year 2020. Now, the IRS has been increasingly slow over the last several weeks providing any updates on the remaining tax return backlog, but as of December 23rd, that was roughly around 1.9 million remaining. However, they started December with over 3 million left, so there definitely was progress made over the month. And while these numbers were lower than they were in December of 2021, they are still high. We're still estimating around 1 to 1.2 million tax returns remaining as of this recording that still need processing. Turning to late developing news, as the IRS has announced the official filing start date of this tax season, setting it at Monday, January 23rd, which will be the first day you can start submitting those tax returns electronically or by mail. For those of you claiming the Earned Income Tax Credit or Child Tax Credits, please remember the IRS will not begin processing your tax returns until mid February, even if you file before that time due to the PATH Act, so do keep that in mind when determining when to file your taxes. Tax issuers, including employers, have until January 31st to send out those W 2 and 1099s. So, one thing to keep in mind for you early filers, we have several viewers last year who sent in their taxes early who forgot about earned income and had to go back and amend their tax returns, which added months to their refund delays. The tax season ends on April 18th. However, that has changed for certain counties in California over the past week. For those viewers living in 41 of the 58 counties in California, including Los Angeles, Orange, San Bernardino, Riverside, San Diego, Ventura, San Francisco, and Sacramento, as a result of the recent storms impacting the state, your tax filing deadline has been extended from April 18th to now May 15th. As of this recording, the counties listed here are designated for the extended deadline. You have until May 15th to make 2022 contributions to your IRAs and health savings accounts as well. Now, to our viewers who are still waiting on their unemployment tax refunds from tax year 2020, the IRS has announced they have completed the final corrections in regards to those applicable tax returns, which totaled around 12 million. If you're still waiting on that refund, it does appear you will need to amend your tax returns for tax year 2020 in order to receive that refund. Originally, all impacted taxpayers were told this would be done automatically, which obviously does not appear to be the case, as we still have seen several viewers waiting on their refunds. We did finally get a summary of the 2022 tax season, starting off with millions of e-file returns suspended because they tripped IRS processing filters, which in turn caused them to undergo manual review by the IRS before that refund could be released. However, the main problem was there was not enough staff to review these e-file returns in a timely manner. In addition, there were 13 million paper tax returns filed, all of which had to be manually entered into the IRS computer system by employees, again, delayed as a result of staffing issues. It took the IRS on average 6 months to respond to taxpayers who sent in responses to IRS notices they received. For those impacted by identity theft cases, it took the IRS on average 1 year to resolve. The one positive sign from the summary was we're going to enter this tax season with about 1 million in the backlog, compared to around 5 million when last year's tax season started. The backlog became such an issue that IRS employees were taken off the phones to help with tax processing, which played a part in why only 13% of the 173 million calls the IRS received in 2022 were answered. So, for many of our viewers who have tried to reach the IRS but could not, you're clearly not alone in not getting through to the IRS. The major issue leading to delays was the fact there were over 17 million tax returns filed last year that had errors, which caused significant time to address and delay the processing of the backlog even further. We saw a lot to having to do with incorrect amount of child tax credit payments entered, as well as earned income listed on the tax return not matching what the IRS received from an employer or former employer. This does not include the millions who had to undergo ID verification before the processing of their tax return could continue. So, again, one positive sign is we're entering this tax season with a smaller backlog than last year, but there's still areas of concern, and even the IRS is informing taxpayers that they should be prepared to wait on those tax refunds. For those paper filers, one question we have is will you be switching and filing to e file this year, even as millions of e filers experience delays, some as long or longer than paper filers in 2022? Let us know in the comment section below about your ongoing tax issue and if you plan to do anything differently this year compared to last year when filing your taxes. In the meantime, we'll keep monitoring the situation for further developments, so make sure to click on the thumbs up and subscribe button below for future updates on this channel, and thanks for watching.